probably bring this bad boy a little bit closer. Get the whole couch here. All right, what's up, you guys? Oh, wow, it's picking up where it left off. Okay, that's fine. How do we, okay, that way. There we go. All righty, we are live. Perfect. No one's watching it, so don't worry about that. What's up, gang? We're here.
Hi.
YouTube live of our day 3 of our Savage New Year's resolution, or Savage giveaway. We're super excited. I know that we've done like some reviews. We've walked around, but I wanted to bring on our quality control person. This is Victoria. She does quality control. And if you don't know what quality control is, basically she's the person that, oh my, we're like super white too, I don't get it. Like, you see the resolution? What the heck? How do we like make it not like that? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Did that fix it? Not really.
Not really.
What the hell? I have no idea how to fix it. You're just going to have to deal with her whiteness. So, basically, what a quality control person, I'll let her tell more of what it is, but this is my understanding. I'm going to dumb it down in layman's terms. She's the person that basically goes back there, and when you order stuff online or you get from a shop, she makes sure that it's good. It's of good quality, and it's clean, and it's up to FDA standards. But she went ahead and was in a webinar yesterday with some of the who's in there?
Monica was in there, and it was just
I don't know who Monica is.
So Monica is this like quality control. What she has this company that pretty much explains like for this new industry kind of what the standards are and brings like quality assurance and quality control into the vape industry and vape manufacturers, and kind of gives you like an overview of like what retailers should look for when coming into like having like an FDA audit, what manufacturers should look for and coming into FDA audit, and making sure that there are systems and like cleaning procedures and things like that that are in place for your company. It's kind of like these standards to make sure, you know, we have like documentations that kind of are, that the company follows, that it's kind of like how it should be run.
Is it better?
It's dark. I mean, it's fine.
Are we still super white?
That's good. No, that one's the one.
Okay.
That's good. So pretty much my job is to make sure that the company kind of like runs smoothly and make sure everything's in place. Do you have any question? Like,
yeah, so yeah, basically make sure everything's in place. You said on a webinar yesterday, and I wanted you to talk about what the FDA is doing, right? Because I have to know, there's certain things I have to know, but if I had to know everything, she has to know as far as quality control, the way products have to be made, all the procedures, like, or literally one of your binders is this big.
yes.
It's actually
I
nuts.
don't have many binders that are this big, but so, you know, the vaping industry is very new, and to my understanding, I have some knowledge. I am not, you know, I'm not Monica, but what I am doing is I'm like learning how to prepare for like FDA audits and to make sure that our company is like running smoothly and that everything is kind of like documented and that we have documents in place that we can like easily follow to make sure that everything's up to FDA standards. That includes, you know, so like, you know, how to prepare. In terms of like preparing for like FDA audits, like on the manufacturing side, some notes that I've taken down were like, you know, we have to start like documenting like our training to make sure that all of our employees are trained properly on certain procedures, to make sure that we like solidify like our cleaning processes and to make sure that that's all settled down. You know, to have a quality program that's super important in any kind of business like this, because it's so new. You know, there needs to be like a quality program in place and like create all of your SOPs. So if you are familiar in the quality world, that is a super familiar term for you. If it's not, it's a standard operating procedure.
Yeah, so give us an example. So you're spitting off a lot of information.
Yeah.
And I don't know what a lot of it means.
Okay.
So, and I'm sure they're lost.
Yeah.
What is a standard operating procedure, and how does that benefit them? So give me an example of one that would directly benefit them.
To benefit our company?
The consumer or the retail shop.
Okay, so a standard operating procedure is a document that is a procedure of how to do something in the company. Let me think of a good one. Oh, like here's an example, how to handle visitors, right? There is a document explaining like how when somebody's coming and visiting our office, like what the procedure is for that. It's usually, to greet them, to make sure they sign some paperwork, signing in and out, that they can only go, depending on who it is, like what areas they're allowed to visit, what things they are and are not allowed to do.
So they can't walk back.
No, they can't just. No, they can. Visitors cannot just come into our front door and walk into the manufacturing area.
What about? I'm pretty sure I saw an SOP on cleanliness.
Absolutely, we have many cleaning procedures. There's cleaning procedures on how to just do routine cleaning. Going back into the manufacturing area, like a simple gowning procedure. Make sure that your hair is covered in the hairnet, gloves, stuff like that.
So they're not going to get hairs in their juice.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Because I don't like hair in my juice.
No. Make sure
you like hair in your juice?
No, absolutely.
Oh, you don't like hair in her juice either. So the other thing I want to ask is I heard some of the webinar. I walked by and we were talking this morning, and you said that the first places to get hit would be retail shops.
Potentially. So some of the first, this is just what I've discussed with somebody else in the quality world, that one of the first places that the FDA might start to target might be the right word, but visit and audit would be like the retail stores. And so not only do the manufacturing companies have to have these systems in place, but so do the retail stores as well. This is such a new industry, and
so if they're manufacturing in the back of their shop in a room, is that okay?
If they it depends. Like, do you have SOPs and a quality system in place? Are they properly trained? Is all of that training documented? Do they have the right documentation to be trained? It's like all those things. Do they have cleaning procedures? Are they documenting who's cleaning what, when, at what time?
So what if they came in and they didn't have much of this at all, and they were manufacturing in the back of their shop? What could potentially happen to them?
Potentially, most likely shut down. You need to have all these systems in place.
When do we think they're going to start coming out?
Yeah, soon. A lot sooner than we think. I think that they're allowed to audit every 2 years. Sometimes if they don't like what you're doing, they can come in and do it more. We just don't know. They will come unannounced is what it is. So you want to be prepared, and you want to make sure that you at least are starting some of these systems and making sure that you are gearing towards this. It's pretty standard stuff, having an organizational chart of your company, that's pretty standard. But most this is such a new industry that we have to prepare and be moving towards this kind of a system, because they want to know do we have these things in place? Are we actually following our standard operating procedures? That's super important. Are the people in the back are handling visitors, stuff like that? Are we following that procedure? And the people that are using that procedure, are they properly trained and up to date with the most current one? So my job is a lot, but it's good.
I like it.
I like it.
A lot.
I like it. I'm super
excited.
excited.
Or any comments?
Nope. Okay.
No, not at all. Seems pretty busy over there. We got 2 whole people watching.
Yeah.
Great. What did that? Kiwi, right? Kiwi.
Hi there.
Hi there. Awesome. Okay, so what else? What else can you basically tell us? Because here's the thing, right? So I feel like a lot of companies out there they aren't as transparent as we're trying to get, right? A lot of companies that I see out there post bottle pics. They have some hype videos of behind the scenes of their cool machines, but I feel like we're trying to get as transparent as possible, right? So what can you tell them to, yes, Britt?
We have a question.
Yeah.
From Kiwi. It says, the people that help produce the e-juice, do they wear hairnets? I've seen other companies that make the men wear hairnets also on their beards.
Yeah, you do wear, yes, absolutely. If you have facial hair, you wear a beard cover. If you have a hairnet on, you have gloves on. That's super important too. You don't want people's bare hands touching the product, because you want to also protect
I have a question.
Yes.
So this might help the audience too. This is something I learned recently. What is the #1 contributor to germs? What is the most germy thing in our controlled environment?
Oh, us. us as human beings.
So what do we have to do?
So we have to, you know, be clean, you know, come into work, clean clothes, wash your hands, cover your hand, like when you go into the manufacturing area, you know, you want to be cut, like you're covering your hair, you're covering your beard, if you have a beard, and if you're a woman, no, I don't. I don't think I have a beard. And put gloves on, because when you're touching the product, you want to make sure that it's of the best quality. You don't want someone who just ate lunch and all of their germs from their mouth, from touching different things, to be on your product, right? So everything is clean. And it's good and clean.
Perfect. Okay. So my next question is, give an example, because I've walked back there. Obviously, I put my hairnet on and my gloves on and even glasses on, and even one time a face mask.
Yeah.
What does it look like inside our actual mixing room?
What does it look like?
Yeah. What is the proper attire? What is the proper standard? Because I've been back there, I can tell them, but you can probably tell them in more detail what it needs to be every day.
I mean, if you're handling open containers of like these liquids, you definitely want to have, you're wearing like goggles, these like, you know, eye protector glasses, you have a hairnet on, you definitely have like a lab coat on, gloves. I mean, back there in the actual mixing room, you know, you want to protect the product, you want to protect the people like handling, you know, like the nicotine and stuff. And so, I mean, back there, it's like you gotta get covered because you're handling, you know, liquids. Right now, you know, it's kind of up in the air as to like what, you know, we are creating the standard right now. There, you know, this is such a new industry that like all the companies out there, it's kind of trying to figure out what the standard is for, you know, back there in the manufacturing area. So, in the compounding area. So it's kind of like, you know, with all this stuff with the FDA, you know, in all the new companies that are coming out, it's kind of just like figuring out like, you know, what needs to be where, and like what procedures need to be in place. So, you know, it's just kind of figuring it out and making sure that we're protecting the consumer, you know, that as well. You know, we want to make sure that we are giving you the best quality product as possible, and making sure, you know, that we are giving you the utmost quality.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think they know. You should say you know a couple more times. Okay, well, great. If there's one thing, we got something? Okay, if there's one thing you could end with that would be super important for our viewers, what would it be?
One thing I could end with?
Yeah. It could be quality, it could be about the company, it could be about you personally, it could be about life, it could be whatever you want, but there's one message you want to get across to all three of our viewers. What would you what would you like to say?
All three of our viewers? Oh man. Well, what can I say about other than the fact that I love this company and that I love that I can be a part of something like this industry, you know, it's very exciting that like I personally get to be a part of something so new and so exciting, and where I get to use kind of like some of my past quality experience and like input this into this, you know, the e-liquid industry. And I'm just super excited. This is all really good stuff.
Super excited.
I'm super excited. I love my job, and I love the people that I work with. This is probably like the top company that I've worked. I've worked with some great companies, but this is definitely the best one that I've worked for. So I'm super excited to be, you know, a part of this team. And
we have a question. What's the question, Brittany?
It's not really to do with quality, but a good question anyway. What will happen if California bans flavors for e-juice?
What do you mean flavors?
Like raspberry, blueberry, strawberry, lemon.
What, because of the diacetyl content, or what?
Just states that are doing
So they're doing flavor bans. So if they banned all of California, we wouldn't sell in California. Plain and simple. We'd have to sell outside of California. I mean, there's always a loophole. There's usually a loophole. There's usually a workaround. So I would be inclined to maybe selling flavor shots, doing some research on what we can do to have a workaround with that. My other question would be, if there's a flavor ban in that city, can you buy online? Because the sale is technically happening online, right? So that would be my question. right? I don't know if that would be a thing. But that's why people like her and people like our lawyer and people like our FDA liaison that assist in that, because I don't know everything, but that'd be my most educated guess. All right, you guys. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. This was day number 3 of YouTube. We did it live today. Day number 3 of YouTube. Where's she at? There she is. We're gonna go ahead and pick a winner pretty soon. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We pick winners the next day. So make sure you have the instructions down below. You share this on a social page and tag us, and you subscribe to our channel. We're gonna pick a winner from yesterday. This morning, we'll be reaching out and DMing you. I have someone in mind that I saw on Instagram. We did Facebook 2 days ago, to Instagram today. So make sure you follow the instructions below. Happy New Year, Savage New Year resolution, and we'll talk to you.